Hello class, this is a little instructional video to help walk you through this week's coursework for the class of David. So if you go to Google Classroom, make sure that you move from Stream into classwork. That makes it a lot simpler. Right here is week 15. You're going to be in 2 Samuel. You'll still be in 1 Samuel a little bit today as well. But I reworded some of these assignments. So I put 15.1, 15.2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hopefully that will help you a little bit more. In this instructional video, I'm going to tell you what I suggest you have done in days 1, 2, and 3 in order to be prepped and ready for Harkness on day 4 or day 3, and so you don't have to do any homework later on. So when you come into class, make sure that you put your earbuds in and start working right away. Your memory verse for this week is Psalm 23, the first 3 verses. Beautiful psalm to memorize. I really wish I had started this last week so that you could memorize the whole thing, but anyway, this is the first 3 verses. What you will need to do is your typical bell ringer assignment. You do have to type out the verse. I want you to type it as well as write it on a note card. I want you to do those 2 things. That helps with memory since we're not going to review it every day in class together. The other thing you need to do is what is the context of this verse? So you'll need to open up your Bible and you'll need to type in Psalm 23 to see what the context is. And it's these first 3 verses, and you can see that this is a Psalm of David. So basically that's what I want you to put, that this is a prayer or a poem or a song that David has written. And then what do these verses mean to you? Make sure you upload that. The second thing I want you to do is start working on your reading assignment. This week it jumps around, so be really careful to read this as you are working on it. It's 1 Samuel chapters 18 through 22. Then you skip to chapter 31. Then you skip to 2 Samuel chapters 5 through 7. You will need to complete a storyboard outlining what's going on in these chapters. You don't have to do 1 box per chapter because you have more than 5 chapters. So you can just need to read the chapters and then find the main 5 points, leaving that last 6 box as a life lesson. If you want to do the life lesson as a private comment because you want to use that box, that's totally fine as well. If you need to put all of those things in 4 boxes, I'm okay with that as well, but at least 4. So 1 Samuel 18, you're going to read 18, 19, 20, all the way through 22. Then you're going to skip to 31. This is a really important chapter, so I wanted to make sure that you read it. This is about when Saul dies, so that's important to read. And then you're going to go to 2 Samuel, chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7. And this is when David first becomes king. So that's your reading for this week. And I would suggest having both of those done by the end of day 1. At least the end, finishing this 1 Samuel reading. Let's see. Next is your video assignment, which I actually haven't posted that in there yet, so I will attach the video and you'll need to do a dialectical journal. When you do the dialectical journal, remember that you've got 3 main points that you've heard in the video or the audio podcast. Typically when you cite a video or a podcast, you will cite exactly like where it is. So 4 minutes and 36 seconds is where they start talking about this. You don't necessarily have to do that. I'm not going to grade that here, but it would be nice if you did it, and that's how you typically source things. You'll need to know that for the future. Whichever comment or point that you're writing right here that you've heard, I'll need you to write at least 3 sentences of why you find that interesting, or maybe push back on it, saying you agree or you disagree about it, or maybe there's a verse that came to mind, or you're asking a critical thinking question. Your forum post right here, it says, in order to answer this question, you will need to first complete the assignment, Israel's Star Player. So pause right there and open up this, and you'll see that there are 3 worksheets that you need to complete by the end of the week. This is the one that I would do first, Israel's Star Player. This is on your reading from 2 Samuel chapters 5 through 7. It shows these 3 main characteristics of David as a leader. He was a military leader, he was a political leader, and he was a worship leader. So you're going to reflect on those 3 qualities and answer those questions. And then coming up here, you'll answer this question, which is based on that worksheet. Make sure that after you answer it, you come back onto this forum and respond to a minimum of 2 other classmates' posts. One of those posts you need to at least ask a critical thinking questions, something that they can reply back to. If somebody comments on your post, you do need to respond, and hopefully everybody will have somebody that commented on something. And then finally, this is the weekly assessment and prayer. This is what we will do day 4 or day 3. So half of you will be doing the Heartness on the 3rd day, and half of you will be doing Heartness on the 4th day. What I suggest is having at least the memory verse, the reading, and the video assignment done by the end of the first 2 days. That will leave you enough time to finish the forum post and these worksheets on your last day. So your last day might be day 3, and you'll have Heartness on day 4, or it might be day 4 because you've had Heartness on day 3. But if you have these first 3 done on the first 2 days of class, then you will be well prepared for Heartness. Hope that's helpful, and you guys have a great day.